Hello there! So, we are getting a move on. The plumbing system is going in and being fixed in place right now. I've started making the carcass for the edge for the kitchen area, so that's on its way. So I've been up since 4 AM because I was on the phone to China, and yeah, so it's about 1:30 now and I'm feeling a bit brain dead. So my speech is a bit slurred, but yeah, that's going to go in. The kitchen unit's going to be done.
The kitchen will be made from this recycled wooden pallet. The wood is very nice and sturdy, and they are usually treated for water resistance, so it will make a great kitchen frame.
Okay, so we've got a lot of our plyboard ready. I've chopped up an old pallet and I'm going to cut all that down to the right length, so I'm basically cutting it in half with the table saw that's been set up, and we shall make the carcass for the kitchen.
I just used the table saw to neaten off all the edges, so just recycle that timber. And here's the beginnings of the carcass for the kitchen. I've started by measuring the width and depth on our van floor, and then I can proceed to build upwards, knowing that it will fit onto the ground space that we've allocated.
There we go.
Is it stable?
Yeah, look.
Nice. Good job.
Courtesy of Wolfcraft. That is Wolfcraft.
This video is not sponsored by Wolfcraft.
Yeah, Woodside. Gangster, gangster. Got my drill piece. Keep the drill piece all time. Keep it 9mm. 9mm drill screws. No bullets up in here.
Now it's time to build some window frames that our walls will lay up against. It's much easier to work around a square frame, and we'll get a nice windowsill out of this method too.
So here's our first frame. It's looking nice and sturdy. Wood glue and a screw in each corner. So let's go see if this is worthy and put it in the bag. Nice and gentle, nice and steady. He says as he hits it. Oh yeah! Look at that! Looks nice and snug. The only thing I've got to worry about now is these little corner areas, which you can obviously see. Either I put some custom little corner cutouts, or fill it with something. It doesn't have to be perfect, there's a little bit of a gap behind this face, so this is good. I'm happy with that. That sits in really nicely. And then when we get our plyboard, it will match up to the wall, to the edge nicely. So that is going to be beautiful. Oh, by the way, just boxed out these little areas as well last night. To get in here, there are just 2 screws which come off, and you can access the light fitting inside there, and it just means we don't have to worry about all these corners and curves that are in here
It's just a nice little box out on both sides. And to neaten it up, I will put cladding, glue cladding on the top, and then just route off the edges. Okay, second window bracket done. It means we'll be ready for the wall soon. Good morning, happy campers. So, it's a new day. Today we're trying to finally get these walls in. We've been doing all the measuring. I'm going to start cutting up these plyboards. I've had to get the workbench outside, as you can see it out there. Yeah. So squeezed it through the door. I just wanted to say that I've been watching Trent and Allie's YouTube channel from time to time, and I definitely agree with Trent when he says don't do this stuff in the winter because it's freezing. And I need to have like a hot bath or a few cups of tea at least to just get warm every evening. Otherwise, I will get ill, and you will get ill if you expose yourself to the cold for a long period of time. So, that being said, you can work in the winter. You just need to keep your body temperature up. And wear lots of layers. So yeah, just wanted to show you. So I've got boards here 240 length, and there's this old tool I want to show you, which, you know, we've had this one for years, but you can get them a lot smaller. So if you mark out a line, you can basically just bring this across, mark up your points, and then snap it like that, and you've got a nice line across the whole board. These things are old, everyone's been using these for a long time, tradesmen and that, but get yourself one if you want to make sure that your lines are accurate, and especially if you're cutting out long boards, it's going to save you so much hassle of like moving things around and trying to mark points, and then go down with a ruler. Like this one is pretty long as it is, because you want to just put a ruler down, but you also want it to be square to the edge. Get yourself one of these. I'll probably put a link or something. I'll find one out for you. Yeah, it'll probably be about a quarter of the size of that one, because this is, it's old, knackered. So, cut the boards up. Probably get one board to do the top area, maybe one or two boards to do that whole thing. Then that will give us 4 boards. We've got 6 boards here, so the last 2 will probably go towards making kitchen cabinets and other bits and pieces like that. So I'll get cracking. It's worth noting that our van has sloped walls, so this took a lot more thought and effort than if we had a standard square frame in the van. So I've just come in the van to show you what I mean with this. So here I have the section that's going in this panel, and so that's slots up there. It's going to go behind here, although I might have to do is take this cladding panel off so I can wedge it in. Here's going to be the area where I'm going to panel it off so that it also holds these panels in, and they'll sit on top of this, and that will be what fixes in to the center area there, bleeds over, can fix it all in. So I'm going to get cracking with that. Okay, let's put it in. I came back to the workbench several times to make alterations and corrections until the final pieces fit correctly. Hello.
Hi.
So today hopefully marks the end of phase 2, which is building it up to this point where everything's insulated and we have a shell. So we've cut out all of the wall panels now, and you can see they've got loads of red lines over. So we've just spaced out 15 centimeters each one. I'm going to use the router and go through to give this like wooden plank effect.
Make some nice grooves so our walls don't look super boring.
So yeah, this is a little trick we learned from the restoration couple, Tim, on there with his wife and kids. They've done a lot, and a little trick he's used around his house. We think it's a great thing to do inside the van, because you don't then have the same material all the way around, and it kind of looks more like a building, or like an interior of a building, because you have different vertical and horizontal running lines, so it gives that impression.
I think it's easy as well than cladding the whole
Yeah, this way you just stick a plyboard up and screw it in. You just have to do a bit of preparation before you put it up, that's all. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut all those grooves out now and try and get it in the van before it gets dark, because it gets dark so early now.
Oh my god, yeah. Like 5 o'clock or earlier.
Yeah. Let's go for it. We're all set. I'll make sure nothing's going to get in the way, because you have to do this in one stroke. You've got to make sure nothing's going to snag. Good. Alright, here we go.
It looks good, doesn't it?
Well, this is a good test one because it's not actually going to be visible. This bit isn't going to be on show in the van. So it's good to test out how it would run, what we can do after if there are any mistakes, because you can't just expect it's all going to go perfectly.
Nope, that's not how life works.
So I decided to get this job done before the end of the day. It's the sort of thing that takes time to set up and pack down, so I didn't want to waste another couple of hours doing all of that the next day. So doing so meant that I spent all night outside in the cold with just my head torch, so all the grooves could be cut and finished to go in the van the very next day. Okay, we made it.
We made it?
Yeah. Right. So many things to do and so little time.
Yeah.
Wait.
With what things? Van things?
Like, no, not
many
just van things, like other life things as well as the van.
Things. Yeah.
But then the walls go up, and then boom, phase 2 is done. And phase 3 is the fun one, the really fun one, where we get to make little cupboard handles and things like that. As well as proper putting the gas stove in and all that stuff, the bed, all that
electrics. Yeah.
That's fun, I like that. It's like,
this is like setting up.
Yeah, you build something from scratch and you finish it. Whereas like this is building it from scratch up to this final shell, but it's like so long. It takes so long. And it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go put this in, and then you go to put it in, and then it's like, oh, you have to do that, and that before you can even start to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the wall finally going up. I'm gonna stop talking about it now and do it.
It's not going up yet.
Do you want to get me the countersink piece?
What is a countersink?
That bit that makes a little groove. It's on the next page of the screw book.
This is a countersink thing. I knew it.
Indeed. Indeed, you did not.
Cool, I guess now you're just on your own, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna come get some water.
Okay.
Alright, base work is done. It's all ready. Look at it, it looks amazing. Let's stand in the middle so we can see. Wow, look at that.
Walls!
Walls! There you go, that's the cover right there. Okay, well, Rita's cracking on with our other project, so I'm going to get these walls all screwed in. You've got a drill, countersink, and then put the screw in. That's the process, and I'm going to try and do like a few at a time, because the bits in this are about 5mm wide. Yeah, and then I've got 4mm screws. That's the area I've got to kind of be safe. It's probably about 10-15mm wide, to be honest, but
it's quite a hard line to get. So these are going to be filled and sanded, then painted later at some point. But alright, I'm going to get it all up now.
Join us next time for some Halloween fun. We'll paint and fit the final pieces to the back of our van. We get our plumbing and drainage systems mapped out, and Anthony will be building a metal bracket to hold our wastewater tank. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again soon.